Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Y'all hear me? Welcome. Glad to see y'all today in the second day of December. It's National Mutt Day in the United States, as well as National Bartender Day. Y'all make that connection if you want to, but enjoy a beverage and a dog on this beautiful December day. Busy week. Welcome to Mast General Store. Thrilled to be here with Lisa Cooper, the president of Mast, and I'll get to Lisa in just a second, but we're very appreciative that she has this store right here for us on Main Street. So we're glad to be here for the holiday season. Couple things, let's hit real big. Finally, South Carolina is first in something thanks to Joe Biden is pushing to have the first primary of the presidential season coming here to South Carolina. That's not a total vote yet, but that's the recommendation that they not do caucuses anymore, at least first out of the gate, and they come down to the South first, which is that's a big news for South Carolina, big news for the voters, really big news for those in the media. I hear the ching, 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 Rich, already. So happy for that. Also, big news this week, Jim Clyburn was reelected by acclamation to his leadership role. It's a smaller role. He is now the leader, assistant leader of the Democratic Party in the House. Now, that was a position that was created for him several years ago. And he had a last minute candidate that tried to run against him, but that didn't work out so well. So Jim back in a leadership role for the time being. So that's good for us as well in South Carolina. So we celebrate that win. Job numbers came out at 8:30. I didn't see what they were. I'm looking to see anybody saw those numbers. Maybe not. But that's going to impact the stock market today, obviously. But tech jobs have been going down for the last several months. But I think we'll see how those hold. But that'll impact the market for the next couple of days, if you will. Other big news, we talked about this. Finally, the Treasury Department has come out and said TikTok's not a good thing. So for anybody on TikTok, do we need to say anymore? But for anybody whose kids are on TikTok, people are watching, people are taking note, people got your information. So just be aware of that. All right, South Carolina news. The House of Representatives coming in next week to vote on leadership and committee chairs and get all the committee assignments, et cetera, et cetera. So expect a flurry of activity at the State House next week. We also had House orientation this week for all the new members, and there were a bunch of them in town. You could tell because they didn't know where they were going. But anyway, they'll be back next week for a full house, getting organizational schedule and a few house meetings as well, but nothing crazy for that. I will have a little teaser for y'all. Next 2 weeks are going to be big news for economic development in South Carolina. Not necessarily here in Columbia, but across the state, which the state our size, any type of economic development announcement in the state is good for everybody. So be on the lookout for big numbers, not only capital investment, but jobs. And it's in the B range, billions. So be on the lookout for that. All right. I think I hit the big set. Ted and I talked this morning. There's a lot of stuff going on with DOT and holy cow, hold on, Ted. Rich, thank you. 263,000 jobs, which exceeded what they were looking for. Interesting. So the Fed's been raising interest rates to slow the economy, and we keep hiring people. So 263,000 jobs is a ton. So good, kudos to that means we're going to see another Fed is going to jack up rates a little bit more to further slow that. So be on the lookout for another at least a half basis point jump in whenever they meet in the coming weeks. All right, back to Ted and DOT. A lot of big projects coming on. You probably saw in the paper last week that DOT is going to be redoing all of the bridge decks on 77 between Bluff Road and 26 on I-77. more to come on that later, but which that'll be in the spring. If you think about all the projects that are going on right now, we've talked about this in the past, but DOT and the state are spending lots of money in Richland County, Lexington County, the Midlands. Not only Malfunction Junction, they're rebuilding bridges on 378 going into Sumter County. We got I-77 improvements, I-26 improvements. So, whew, lots to talk about for the days and years to come. All right. Thrilled to be here at Mast General, one of my favorite stores. And Lisa Cooper is kind enough to come down from the mountain to join us today. And what a treat for us. So thank you very much for coming and being with us today. We've got a group of loyal Coffee with Carl folks on this morning. And I try to go around once a month to a different partner of ours to talk about their business. But y'all have been here for a while. I mean, y'all are a staple here on Main Street, but not always. I want to hear the story because I really believe that your folks had a vision that really helped transform Columbia. So tell me about the Columbia story.
Oh, it starts way back. The journey to get here has been a long one, and an amazing little story. So I'll give you a little bit of the backdrop of my parents took us on vacation to a place called Sugar Mountain, and we got to go skiing. And as a kid, you're like, Sugar Mountain, what a great name. You just think of candy for sure. And so driving the back roads of Valley Cruces, I came across this old general store in the middle of nowhere. And my dad, being a history buff, fell in love with the store. And one of the next trips they came back to, it was closed down. And they thought, we should buy this and uproot our entire family and move them to the mountains of North Carolina. And so as an 11-year-old, I was less than thrilled that we're going to a store that had been closed for 2 years in the middle of nowhere, that they wanted to run a small little family business, get out of the hustle and bustle of Florida and start a new life. And it took me a little while to adjust to my new lifestyle. And then we had the candy counter, and of course that helped. And then some friends moved up from Florida, and I gained some great friendships. So it started as a little small family business, and they were just hoping to make ends meet. So it was a struggle for the first few years, as we actually lived on top of the store for 4 years. So
wow,
you can imagine from the top of the store to Columbia, what a journey
right.
It has been. And it started slow growth. They weren't looking to have 11 stores. They were just wanting to have a little family business in the middle of nowhere. And what happened is the store just 2/10 of a mile down the street was another old general store. And some friends that they met had acquired it and said, come down here and expand your clothing and outdoor section. And I was like, okay, well, that seems like a good idea. That family opened the Candy Barrel, the original Candy Barrel. So, I enjoyed that aspect and working in that store. And downtown Boone had an old Hunt's department store in downtown. The group said, come on downtown, open up a Mast store in downtown Boone. Well, there's a similar feature of, I think my parents are crazy. That hasn't stopped, but what a blessing it has been, because we had finally moved out of the store into a house, and they sold that house to buy the downtown Boone store. So very organic nature of growth in the business. Waynesville was our first outside location, and the downtown said, we need a Mast store. And walking in that building was like, yeah, I could see this. So it started at a young age where I watched the progression of the growth of the business. And I rang the register for years. And this past holiday season, I got back into the stores and tried to ring the register. I'm better at bagging these days. But so the foundation of Columbia was a slow, natural process. And people look at, like, you came to this town and this town and this town, and what was it about the town? And it was the desire of the town to have a Mast store. Like, I've seen a Mast store in another location, and we want one. And so I've got a wonderful team of people that look at the location, look at the building. Jeff Meadows is my VP of Branding and Development that really created what we're sitting in today, and just the magic of what happens. And we fortunately going into the pandemic, we owned all of our buildings with the exception of our newest store in Roanoke. And that one, we have a great rental situation. It was too big for us to undertake the whole project ourselves. But Columbia was, Matt Kennel was huge. And, you know, we've got to get you down here. And here's the perfect location. And I remember being in here with our sleeves rolled up and working with the employees. Several employees that started with us are still here with us today. And just an amazing process to be sitting where we are today with, you know, my parents' desire to get out of the rat race. And then I say they recreated one. and what a blessing it is to be able to carry forward their vision and dream of being part of a community. We don't just open up a store in a community, we become part of the community. And if you've met Jeremy and some of the employees in the store, you know we're embedded in this community and how we can make a difference.
I was going to mention Jeremy's a staple downtown and been a big advocate for us and throughout downtown business district. So thanks for him, allowing him to be active as he is. Tell me, you came here, your parents, through the help of Matt and others, saw a vision of Columbia, but you really were a catalyst. Did they think they were going to be a catalyst for that change?
I think that really started when we went to Greenville, South Carolina, being a catalyst for change, because Greenville had everything that was needed with the exception of an anchor of a downtown retailer. And so I think that's the vision that we have to, in order to be able to come into a new town, we have to be able to first afford to come into a new town and work to recreate the feel of the building and the age that it came from and present something to the city that we're very proud of. I was so thankful to be wearing a jacket last night.
It got a little chilly.
It's like, I'm in Columbia. It's supposed to be famously hot here. And
surprisingly cool.
Surprisingly cool. And I remember it's like opening a new store is like Christmas morning for our company, because it doesn't happen very often. We're not going to cookie cutter out and open one up like some other retailers do. We're really going to make something special out of it. So I remember being here that day and we were outside and the mayor was speaking when we cut the ribbon and sweat was coming down. And I was looking at the yellow shirts outside of the empty water bottle. I was like, I've got to go get you some water because it is hot here. But being embraced by the community and being able to be a part of the community has been tremendous. And having employees that care and give back and are a part of it is really the foundation that my parents created. So I do say they created the rat race, but they made it on their own terms. And so, yeah, very thankful.
So point on that, I think your parents bought the store in 1980 and then it became employee owned in 95 or somewhere like that. So employees are not only great employees, but they're vested as well.
Yes, we have just under 500 employees. That's another story. So when the pandemic hit, we had over 500 employees, which means we were the donut holder in the economic health. So if you ask me where we were sitting 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago when we got hit, I didn't know we would be able to carry forward and exist. And it's because of loyal employees and customers that when we opened back the doors, we were embraced and were able to be here today. So.
That's awesome. Let's talk about, I mean, it's Christmas, obviously, one of the themes is shopping local and making sure that we've got great retail partners in the community. But you've added, not only, y'all got a lot of great brands here, but you've added a huge brand this year with LOB. There we go. So tell us about that partnership.
Oh, wow. I think Foundation of Mast is about relationships and how you treat others, and our vendors and sales reps and different companies, we embrace that relationship. And so a good long-term relationship with Rich David, actually, who reps LL Bean with us, he came to us and said, this is the perfect partnership. We're launching in wholesale. We've dabbled in a few companies and we want you to be the next one. And so it was just to me, it was like, I have honestly loved LL Bean and admired from afar for a long time. Like, I want to, but no, I can't buy their product because it's not Mast store. And so the launch this year and the partnership has been tremendous for us because their quality, their reputation. One of my funniest things is like, oh, we've been told we're the LL Bean of the South. And when they came to visit with us, I'm like, we've been told you're the Mast store of the North. So
right, that's funny.
I had to laugh. They laughed when I said that, and they are branching out into other retailers. But right now we're pretty exclusive with a few retailers with LL Bean products, and it has been a phenomenal hit for us. I
think that's such a natural one. So congratulations, that's good stuff. All right, I want to get to some questions that somebody may have. Anybody got a question for Lisa? You don't mind answering a question?
No, I don't.
I should have asked you that.
I see my daughter on there. I wonder if she has questions.
I have a question. This is Emily James. I'm from Find Great People, and it's more of a comment, Lisa. I actually used to be a sales rep, and I work with Ron and Brenda Frangelo. And so I just wanted to note kind of how you guys were talking about your employees. I would be someone who would go in and do a lot of employee trainings, and it's the truth that Mast General Store employees care so much about the product. They want to learn so much. I always had a great time there. Just kind of wanted to say hello from my new seat, and I hope everything is doing well.
Thank you. It was, I have to say, we started our training summits again this year.
Oh, good.
After having to take a sabbatical from them. And I got chills with all the employees in the room and the training sessions going on, just because it's who we are. It's the connection. It's bringing all of our stores together and Valley Cruises for a little bit of magic. Call it.
Yes, I love going into all the different stores. They're all so amazing, but I love Columbia too. So
that's awesome. Thanks, Emily.
Thank
Appreciate that. All right. Well, y'all need to make sure you swing by. Lots of local goods from Oliver Gospel Roastery, USC paraphernalia. Yeah, Gamecocks go. That roastery.
There's
yeah,
Kobe's place.
So lots of good things to and grits. It's a one-stop shop, so feel free to swing by. They love to see you. And on that note, we're highlighting a bunch of small businesses this week on our website. And if you log in any of our social media pages, there is a nice list. So click on that nice list, and there's a raffle. And if you register for that raffle, it is the mother load, if you will, of good products and Christmas gifts. So feel free to register for that that list. All right. I'm gonna pivot just for a second. And I know Tom Bogart got news. I want to throw you under the bus here, Tom. Saw some news out of you last week that you're stepping down at the end of this year. So we're sorry to see that, but appreciate the leadership that you've given Columbia College.
Well, I tell people, don't get too excited yet. You're still stuck with me till the summer. So it's fun. No,
we'll give parting shots later, but just wanted to highlight that news as well. Congratulations to you. Anybody else got something? Drink coffee. Come on.
Hey, Carl, this is Lynn. Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to say that the Chamber's Minority Business Accelerator will graduate their first class. They've been very successful. We lost no candidates this year, and that graduation will take place next year, and we'll be announcing our new cohort at the graduation. So thank you to all of you guys that are on the call for your support. Some of you all have been coaches and mentors and guest speakers. So thank you all for a successful first year.
And thanks to Lynn too for helping us champion this program, because our goal was to see 30% growth over 3 years, and we're already at 32% growth. So in the first year, and they haven't graduated yet. So been a great successful program, and our partnership with Greenville Chamber and the Charleston Chamber. So thanks, Lynn. All right, what else we got? Good of the order.
John Cadena asks, where is the next location?
Where would you like the next location to be?
Nice.
We have, we are thankful and blessed that so many towns have reached out to us, and back to Jeff, my VP of Branding Development, he has a few locations for us to do a drive-by in the next couple months and see what's going on. After the pandemic storm the last couple of years, I was like, we're good. We can just say, let's just sail along a little bit. We're focusing on our website and internal growth and expansion with the stores that we currently have. So I have a feeling it'll be in the next 4 years. We've delayed it a little bit with all that we've been through. So
All right, good question.
I look forward to it because it is truly a special moment when we can open up a new market. And I love all the markets we're in. And like Jeremy was telling me all the places to go eat last night. I was like, I need to stay a lot longer here. It really is something special.
We're lucky. We've seen a lot of growth in downtown. So it's culinarily
That's what we like to see. And it's, what we say when we come to a town, business booms for most other businesses in town because, the more business that you can shop in a destination, the better it is for people to make an effort to get there.
Well, I think it does point out the importance of a anchor retail to drive traffic, and then you can bring in other stores, and other stores bring more people, and then restaurants, and success breeds success, as we say. And I think if you look at the 1400 block, 1500 block, 1600 block, 1700 block of Main Street over the last 10 years, I don't think anybody could recognize what it is today.
It's amazing. Jeremy shared with me that there's some big stuff happening in the next few weeks
Yeah.
in this area. So I look forward to that happening, which today on the Today Show, they said there's a shortage of Santas.
What?
You didn't know that?
I did not.
There's a shortage of Santas. So I was told that I needed to talk about Santas coming tomorrow afternoon here.
You heard it here.
Here.
All right.
From 12 to 3, Santa will be here at Mast.
Okay.
So we're thankful for that, and back on December 16th from 4 to 6. And that might be a special date. I can't say whether it will or will not, but that could be a very special date in this neighborhood.
You need to note that date.
Just note that date and cross your fingers.
All right. You heard it here first.
Hey, Carl.
Yes.
Hey, it's Rebecca from the Red Cross, and
Yeah.
I love your store. I love coming downtown, and you can just get lost in that store for quite a while. Don't tell my boss. Just wanted to say thank you though, because during the 2015 floods here, you guys supported the Red Cross. So it's just so nice when you give back to the community in which you are present. So just thank you for that and for all that y'all do.
Thank you. It's I definitely say the blessings that my parents gave me, I didn't appreciate in 1980 very much, but being able to carry forward the foundation that they laid and have a very giving nature as a retailer is what carries me forward and fills my bucket, and being able to run this place with a great team of people. It just,
Awesome.
it's a good feeling.
Yeah, that's good stuff. All right. Any last pearls of wisdom? I'm shocked. Adam Vance hadn't said a word today. He just smiles.
Hey, Carl, remind them about Issues Forum on Tuesday.
Speaking of economic development, we're going to have a good forum on Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock at the library. We're going to have a conversation on all the economic development growth as it relates to commercial, industrial, and retail space around what people are seeing. So we've got 3 experts in the field. Our chair of our public policy committee, Megan Lovelace, will be on that with Frank Kaysen and a couple others. So we'll have look forward to that conversation. It'll be interesting because there are some big projects, and we talked about this last week. I mean, I think Commerce is looking at 570 some odd active projects, and 22 of those are $1 billion or more in South Carolina. So that's good numbers and good for everybody, quite frankly. So stay tuned. All right. With that, Lisa, thank you. This is a treat. I really appreciate it. This was awesome to come down Main Street early morning. Remember, Santa's going to be here tomorrow and the 16th. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And check out their website. Check out our website for our nice list. We don't have a naughty list. We're not there yet, but
We have stuff for the naughty and nice.
okay,
here.
good. All right, so one-stop shop. So anyway, y'all have a great one. Listen, I'm signing off for a while. Sorry, I'm gonna be gone for a few weeks or not a few weeks, but a few Fridays. So we're gonna park it here for a while, but we'll reconnect real soon. Thank you. Have a good week. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.